She dances on the moon, her spirit lifts up with the tune, spreading kindness around the room. She's Katie Moonchild.
Hey everybody, good to see you all. Welcome, welcome. Hey Wolf Girl, good to see you, Dolly. Yeah, I had to start early today. I'm sorry. Kind of threw me a bit too. But I do have an appointment immediately following this, so it kind of limits me. It's going to be this way next week as well, but just the 2 weeks. The following week, my appointment's on Tuesday instead of Monday. What it is occupational therapy for my hand. So I hope everybody's doing well. I'll wait for people to come in. My notifications went out earlier. Oh, thank you. That's sweet, Dolly. Thank you. Considering right now it's just you and I. Oh, but you know what? There's 3 people watching. Hi, everybody. Good to see you. 10 a.m., which would have been 8 a.m. Oh, that's weird. YouTube, I don't know why it does what it does. I've had it set up for 8:30 my time, Pacific. So I didn't change any of that. So I don't know. Who knows what's going on? Hey, we'll get to see if I freeze up again. If Chrome freezes at me about 40 minutes in. Oh, you guys. I love it. It's crazy. Either you don't get a notification or you get it before the show starts. Well, I like it before the show starts because then you can get your coffee and your whatever. But, yeah. Oh, I've been making videos like a cross-eyed woman. I've been going nuts. All of them are like 5 minutes long. And that includes the editing parts. So that ought to tell you how long my part is. But it's for the challenge. Hey, good to see you, Naja. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I've been working on our 31-day mindfulness challenge videos. It's going to be all in a playlist, but the playlist will be available after we've already done them. So the playlist won't be available until May. We start this April 1st. April Fool's Day. It's a really cool card program to do. So I've been enjoying making the videos. Once I get started making them, I just kind of sit here and make one after one after one, because I get to look ahead, which you guys don't get to as we do this. But there will be a video coming out every day, beginning April 1st for 31 days. I hope you'll join us. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I know it's going to be a lot of fun because I know what's in the cards. So, yeah, I thought I'd really tempt that. Let's see if Chrome freezes on me by putting a video behind me instead of just a picture. I felt like looking at spring, and it's really windy and it's rainy, and I just thought a field of flowers came to my brain. So that's what I put in for the background. Yeah, the challenge is it's going to be fun, and it's not a hard thing to do. It's really not. So far, the activities that it's asking us to do are things that you can do, and nobody else will even know you're even doing them. So if you're in a situation where the only time you can find is at work, I know that doesn't make sense, but you get coffee breaks, don't you? The only time that you can find is at work. You can do it. Most of these tasks, one of them only takes 6 seconds, but you got to do it 5 times a day. But it only takes 6 seconds to do. So, yeah, it should be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. And I will be talking it up a lot. So you won't forget about it. So why don't we go ahead and get started? I went ahead and I pulled, like I usually do, the 100 mindfulness prompts. I always pull one before we start. It's for self-care and for stress relief. So I always pull one of these cards before we start, and I love the one I got. It's in the category of mindfulness. Let you know how this works. There's a quote and an action or a thought for you to go with the quote for you to think about all day long. And then at the end of the day, there's another quote for nighttime that gives you a question for you to ponder and think about, maybe in your sleep or in your dreams as you're ending your day. So the one I got is for mindfulness, which is kind of interesting since I just talked about the mindfulness challenge. Think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world. Yamamoto Musashi. Let go of the self. Every time I comes up today, take a step back and label it as another thought. Doesn't necessarily mean because you said I that it should be anything else but filed away. I really liked it. The nighttime one, I'll show you when we come to the end of the live stream. Yeah, that one gives me goosebumps, actually. I got touched. So what? Since this is Easter week, I'm wishing all of you grace and peace and calm this week. I know in the rest of the world that could be a big prayer. I don't necessarily celebrate Easter, but I do celebrate rebirth and renewal. And to me, that's what this week is all about. So anyway, and I do celebrate the Master Jesus' teachings. I just am not all into the Holy Week stuff. As I was explaining to Dolly the other day, I'm more into Palm Sunday than I am into Easter because people were coming into town to pay the taxes. That's why the disciples and Jesus were coming. And it was hot. And he's coming in. They give him a donkey to ride on, and they fan him to keep him cool with the palms. That says everything to me. Everything. What he taught. He didn't come in with his swords blazing. We don't have to pay our taxes. It's our right not to pay our taxes because we are not, while you are citizens of Rome, we are of Jerusalem or wherever. Oh, you're driving? Don't mind you, you're driving. You know what? You're driving and listening, but please be careful while you're driving. I'm so glad you're here, Naja. So glad you're here. So, enough about Easter week, right? And spring week. This is kind of like Ostara carries on through. Oh my goodness. I pulled, I do my 3 cards from my deck. Here's the card we got to work on this week. How you feeling? Yeah, feeling like you're stagnating. Wow. How do we get past that? This is supposed to be motivation, right? I kind of have been feeling a little stagnant. Like, you know, everything is moving so slow, but yet it's all happening so fast I can't keep track of it all. So there's little creeks and eddies and things going through that stagnant water. You just got to find it to get in there. Ah, we're feeling stagnation because we're feeling held back in speaking our truth. Our throat chakras are out of balance. So this is the time to carry turquoise, azurite, lapis lazuli, any of the blue stones. Carry them on your person. Hey, greeter. Good to see you, Pisces greeter. Teresa, my friend. Good to see you, sweetheart. So yeah, if you're not feeling like you can speak your truth, you're feeling pretty stagnant. Pretty darn stagnant. I know. As you can tell, I don't talk. Hi, Fatima. Wonderful to see you, sweetheart. As you can tell, I don't talk ever. Ever. So, but I've been feeling really stagnant lately. I haven't wanted to talk. I've been enjoying my quiet. This weekend was wonderful because it was really, really quiet. I don't know where everybody was, but they weren't around. And the other thing is, the other action that we need to do is to call upon our spirit animals. Do you guys know who or what your spirit animal is? You know, you can have many kinds of spirit animals. You have your totems, which are the main spirit animal that stays with you all the time. But for every interaction during the day, you have a spirit animal that is there to either guide you or protect you. And that includes the mouse and the snake. Yes. You know, spirit animals don't always have to be majestic, fantastic. They can be very small and seemingly insignificant. But they all have to do with the balance of everything. So, to fight this stagnation, we need to work on not only what we do, what we say, how we say it. It is definitely how we say it. Don't slip into the negative energy that makes you want to come back at someone in their energy. Now, if their energy is positive, hoo-hoo, dance together. But if somebody snarks at you or snaps at you, my suggestion is take a step back. And before you speak, call in a spirit animal. You may, hi, Jules. You may need to keep that person at a distance today. Because that person, who knows why that person has an attitude issue? We all are going through stuff. They're not intending, they didn't get up in the morning saying, well, you know, I think today I'm going to, Katie's been having too quiet a time. I think I'm going to rag on her for a while. We don't do that. Matter of fact, 3/4 of the time, I think when we're rude to other people, we don't even realize it half the time. We're to get so caught up in the self. Hello. Think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world. I listened to, I will put this down in the description, actually. I listened to, you guys know who Maya Bialik is. She's, from, Blossom. That's first thing I think of when I see her, Miss Neuroscientist. Anyway, she has a YouTube channel that's a blog. That's a wonderful blog because she talks about trauma and different psychological issues. And she had Mark A. Singer on there. And if you guys have not read his book, The Untethered Soul, you can pick any of the three. Any. He's written 3 of them. I think it's 3. I know for sure he's written 2. I have his deck. I have an oracle deck of quotes from him that I've been listening to every day. Ever since I heard that, they're talking about, and this is what he teaches. That voice you're hearing in your head, stop, ask, where's it coming from? Who is that? And then if you have to go and find solitude to do this, look inside yourself. Look out there. Look for resources that will help you discover, peel those onion layers away. Who is that voice? Where is it coming from? What am I always hearing here? Ask yourself, where does it come from? Is it coming from my heart chakra that seems to be kind of out of whack right now? Kind of block. Hi, Jorge. Good to see you. Or is it coming from somewhere else? This negative energy that permeates around us, we can either bring it in or push it away. My dear friend Sonia Rain Lee taught me something on one of her Friday shows like this. When you're sitting and you're meditating, you have a tendency to be calling things in. Try a meditation where you do nothing but breathe and push that breath out from you. Out. Expand yourself and your breath. Oh, talk about raise your vibrations very quickly. It will make you lightheaded. It makes me dizzy. Just closing my eyes and pushing my arms out and focusing on pushing the air around me out makes me dizzy. There's something to that. Well, I'm a little dizzy anyway. So what y'all drinking? You guys, what's your beverage today? I got water. I'm a hardcore. I should be drinking coffee or something. I have a sweatshirt on because it's cold in here. I've got a rainy, windy day here in the old Pueblo. That's all right. We need it because I'm cut. The next 4 months are the hottest months on the calendar for me. So, yeah, we just build up into the blast furnace of June, and then the monsoons come in and bring in the humidity. So we have the blast furnace that's humid. It's lovely. Summer's coming. So I'm enjoying that breeze of the cosmos behind me here. The breath of the voice is surface breath. Ooh, I like that. The breath we use for expansion is a deep, life-giving breath. Yeah, that's why it makes me feel dizzy and lightheaded. It's life-giving. Also, when you breathe really deep as a singer, I can teach you breathing exercises that all you need to do to stop that ego voice in your head is to just go. But you have to do it on a count of 10, hold it for 5, and down a count of 10. That's quite an expansion. And you do that 3 times in a row, and it will make you lightheaded, I promise. As a matter of fact, I do not recommend you do that while you're behind the wheel of a car. You intake so much oxygen when you do that, yeah, everything in your body relaxes. Number 1 painkiller in your body is oxygen. When you're in pain, you do not breathe deep. Fatima's drinking tea. Yum. Yum. I haven't had coffee in months. It's all ready to use. I just haven't done it. And I decided today, since I have a very busy day, it's going to be really hard to work in food. I'm doing a water fast today. So I'm just going to be drinking lots and lots of water all day long, visiting the potty lots and lots and lots all day too. It's an appropriate day to do a water fast because of the full moon. Warm moon, y'all. I keep hearing the Pink Floyd song. Keep hearing Pink Floyd, The Wall, and the worms ain't into his brain. Every time I hear the worm moon, I hear that lyric. I don't know why. Anyway, so yeah, let's take a look at an oracle card from the Enchanted Map. The Enchanted Map deck. I use this every week for Saturday solutions, and it dawned on me I don't use it for anything else but that. Pardon me. It's one of my favorite decks. That's why I use it in Saturday solutions every week. It's crazy. I don't know why I don't use it more often. Pardon me. I'm going to mute myself a minute. I'm back. Absolutely. Water is life. I totally agree. We all need to drink more water. I did learn something though about water. When I was having chemotherapy, they told me the best thing you can do is drink lots and lots and lots of water. Nah, yeah, no sugar in your coffee or tea. No, I've been putting fruit in my stuff, but then I've been living on lots of smoothies lately. Depends on what I'm gonna do. If I need to drive a long distance, I drink it black. But if I'm drinking coffee because I'm enjoying a cup of coffee, I'll doctor it up. Might as well be like a treat of ice cream as far as I'm concerned. So I, do the cream and the sugar. I'll put cinnamon in the grounds. I put, sometimes I'll put some cacao powder in the grounds, along with the cinnamon. And a couple drops of orange essential oil. You want to try a terrific cup of coffee. Oh, you know what it tastes like? Those, can't remember who makes it. It's an orange that's made out of chocolate that you get at Christmas time, and you whack them and it comes apart into the different sections. That's what it tastes like. It's like cocoa with orange in it. It's so good. So anyway, so when I drink coffee, I make it into like a dessert. Unless I'm drinking it for a task. And then it's definitely black. And lots of it. Keep it coming. Till I get the jitters. Oh, you don't like how sugar and cream coat your tongue? That's how I am about the fake cream. The coffee creamers, I don't use those at all. I use, you're going to laugh, but I either use milk, whole milk, or I use this stuff called Nido, which is a powdered milk, but it's whole milk, not non-fat. So I still get that buttercream stuff. Yeah, fake cream. Blech. Only time I would ever drink those was my next door neighbor he'd get it at the manager's special over here at Kroger and hang some on the fence for me. But that's the only time I'd ever drink it. And then I'd only drink about half of it. It always spoiled. So, the Nido is a powder. When we had the shortage during COVID, remember we had the shortage of formula for babies? People were buying that stuff up and making their own formula. It tastes great. I actually extend my milk with it. It's loaded with vitamins and calcium and all that stuff for my osteoporosis. With my broken foot, I'm supposed to drink 3 cups of milk a day, plus take extra calcium and my Fosamax to get my heel to foot. Hello, fibro brain. My foot to heel. Okay, let's see what the map oracle says for us. Oh, I love it. It's so appropriate. This week, oh, and it's a master number too. This week, look for peaks of joy. This direction. Look for peaks of joy and celebrate them. It's all a part of your transformation. It's a part of release and letting go. As you go, let's go of yourself and all that stuff that worries you and fears you and limits you. There will be little victories. And joy is something that you've got to look for. It doesn't land in your lap unless a baby's born or, that kind of thing. But I mean, simple peaks of joy throughout your day. Look for them. They're there. Yesterday, I looked over out my window and I had a big cardinal taking a bath in my bird bath. I'm talking big. He's the size of a mourning dove. That's a big bird. I've never seen a cardinal this big. He's at least, from beak to tail, he's at least that big. You can see him flying in. First time I saw him, it was like he's flying right into me at the window. My bird bath is about 20 feet from my bedroom window. So I can, when I'm not feeling well, I can lay there and watch the birds. And the cats lay there and watch the birds. That's a cardinal. He's gorgeous. That's why I say he's not just a bird, y'all. He's Archangel Michael. And he comes and sings to me every day. I pulled another one of our map cards. Commitment. What are you committed to? What are you willing to commit to? That's a tough one. So this week, we're also going to be thinking about commitment. I think some of our commitments may be changing. I know everything is changing. Of course, our commitments are changing. What are you attached to? And what do you need to let go of? And I'm looking, there's a person in the center of that star. We're all a part of the energy that is all around those hands. We look at ourselves as being so small, but yet we are unlimited in power in our hands. It comes through our hands. Commitment. That's a thought-provoking card. So we have peaks of joy. Look for peaks of joy amongst your commitments. We all have deadlines. If you're a working person, I work at YouTube. I have a deadline. I have to be here. I had to be here at 8:30 this morning for y'all. It's a commitment, but it's also a peak of joy. So these two cards go hand in hand. They go hand in hand. Look for peaks of joy in your commitments. Don't look at your commitments as though they are something that is a distraction, or maybe you had plans you wanted to do today, but a commitment that you previously made enters into the equation today. Don't feel cheated because you didn't get to do what you had planned, because the blessings that are going to come to you with that previous commitment that you're going to honor could be enormous. Ooh, yes, I love this. Here's an affirmation for you to go with that. I'm a mindful problem solver. You guys ever tried doing that? See the Karen in the background? I try all the time. I do three little rocks. I have gold rocks that I painted and I have them at my doorways. Feng Shui, that helps bring prosperity and abundance. Well, I can't get the three to stack on each other. So I have two and one. But it's because I don't take the time to find the exact spot where it will balance. I'm not looking at it as though it's a problem that needs to be solved or a natural observance. The back of the card says, how do I approach a problem? How do I approach problem solving? How can I be more deliberate and thoughtful when trying to solve a problem? And what's a problem I've solved in the past that I'm really proud of? What are some solutions to a problem that I am currently facing? You're a mindful problem solver, but don't get hung up in that voice you're hearing in your head. Because that voice is going to tell you that you're limited. Maybe you're got imposter syndrome. Maybe that voice is reaffirming your poverty mentality, your scarcity mentality. Just remember, you have the power to create your own future. That's what we're all here for. We're all creators in this. You have that power. Nobody else can fix your life. Nobody else can fix your path. You. Because none of us can see through your eyes what you exactly need. Not even the person that is your most beloved can do that. And unless you are a good listener and a good communicator, you need to reach out and talk to people. If you need something, let people know. Let someone know. I am reminded of someone that I know that's been having health problems for the last 9 months. And one of her health problems is cataract so bad that she cannot see. And yet, at the same time, things happen that just shut down her Wi-Fi, shut down everything. And people think she voluntarily did that. But it was spirit teaching her something. If you're not open to that kind of a lesson, all you can see is the world is shutting down on me. I can't even see to fix it. What do I do? You can get so caught up in this helplessness feeling that you forget your power to create. That's what happens when you listen to the voice in your head. Wow. Wow. The voice in your head, in some face, they call it the monkey mind because it just, that's all it does to you. And if you try to sort it out and follow it, oh, really? Well, these cataracts appeared like in a, I will tell her castor oil rocks. It's great for growing eyelashes too. It's good for skin and wrinkles and your hair. And yeah, tastes nasty, but you can fix that. I will, Naja. I will let her know. She finally got approved for cataract surgery because she woke up and realized, whoa, there are a few things I can do. She has neighbors who have Wi-Fi that will get on the computer and do stuff for her and help her. I mean, she literally cannot see. She can't hardly, she needs someone to help her walk. She can manage and fine around her house and stuff, but take her out in public, she's helpless. I can't imagine that and having that happen. Like it happened to her in just a matter of a couple of weeks. So yeah, obviously there was a huge message in it. Let's talk about the happier me. I want to do one more card and then we can start pulling cards for you guys. Okay? How's that sound? I'll take this one. This is for everybody. I'm exactly who I need to be at this moment. All your past actions are teaching moments for your present self. Every lesson takes you to the present moment, to exactly who you need to be in this moment right now. Wow. I'll take this next card too. I embrace my unique individuality. Follow your heart, not the expectations of others. Have the courage to ask yourself, who am I? And embrace it. Who's that voice talking to me? Where's it coming from? Interesting. Very, very interesting. You guys, who wants a card? Anybody want a reading? I am here. I have lots of cards. Seriously, I have lots of cards. You want a reading? Let's do a short little reading. You want a message from Spirit? Okay, I can do that. We will have a message from Spirit for all of us at the end, but yeah. Okay, Dolly, anybody else? Okay, I love these. Dolly, I'm going to give you Vivian. Hi, my sweet. Good to see you, darling. Hello, hello. Welcome. I am going to be, Dolly, we're going to use the Louise Hay Forgiveness deck. This was told, that's the deck for you. So here we go. There's only 12 cards to this deck, so it's kind of hard to shuffle. I actually would like to get another one of these and make them into coasters and have a set of 12 coasters that you can have hanging around your house that have these affirmation cards because they're front and back. I think it would be a blast to put them in my resin. Hey, I can start again. Okay. So my resin art's getting ready to come back big time. I've spent, that's why I kind of showed you my cards. I spent all last week all last week organizing my cards, my colors, my mica powders, my inks, Oh, we're going to have some fun. When you do dream, it's vivid and scary. You've dreamt of a creepier ex many times lately and your dad. That's interesting. Both are sickly. Karma. How were they to you, Naja? Maybe you're getting in your dreams, maybe you're seeing their future. I had a father that was very hard on me, and then he got COPD and begged me to move in and help take care of him and mom. Amazing how he changed a lot when he needed help. So. Here we go, Dolly. Oh boy, I love it. I forgive myself for not being perfect. I am living the very best way I know how. Your fears pass through. That's good that they passed through and didn't stick and stay with you. Let them go. Let them pass. They come in for an awareness thing. The main reason we have fears and doubts and that kind of thing, those are ego oriented. And they're there because we needed them to survive predators. We're a prey animal. So we needed that fight or flight. And that's all really ego is needed for. So ego gets really bored. Because in our modern world, we don't have so much fight or flight. We don't have a lion that's waiting down at the bottom of the tree that you're sitting in to eat you. It's a little different around now. We have, never mind, I won't go there. Dolly! I forgive myself for not being perfect. I'm living the very best way I know how. I'm hearing this has to do with your arm. It also has to do with your mom's surgery coming up. And that because of your arm, you're not necessarily feeling like you're really going to be of much help for her, and you're really worried about it. But yet, you know, inside, because of your mom's first hip surgery, she had lots of help and she had you. You can still supervise and do all of it. You just can't do the physical part. And maybe there's a reason why Spirit is showing you this, is to show you that your mom still is perfectly capable of handling all of this. She made it through cancer just fine. She can do her second hip surgery. She made it through the first one just fine. Yeah, she had some hiccups before because of her heart, but we know all about that now. So you need to focus on healing that arm and let everybody else focus on it themselves. I know it's hard when it's someone you love, like your family. But please understand there's no problem too big or too small that cannot be solved with love. Dolly, if you go out today, buy yourself some flowers, put them by your bed or somewhere where you will look at them a lot. And I mean, buy them for you. Everybody else will love them in the house, but buy them for you. Because it's showing and honoring yourself for being vulnerable. You know, vulnerability is one of the biggest strengths that we have. Oh, I'm looking at nausea. Dealing with a psychopathic narcissist can be, oh, bless you. Bless you. Well, I think maybe you're having nausea. I think you're having the dreams that you're having is because this is your way of letting those people go. Ah, Spirit is telling me nausea. Hey, Queen Kaylin, good to see you. Welcome, beautiful. I am so happy to see you here, honey. I really am happy to see you. Um, what I just got from Spirit about your dad. Yeah, he's watching over you. And he's also letting you know that to move on, you have to let him go. You have to let everybody go because they're doing wonderful. You're the one who's going through the learning sessions. He is there to help guide you when you ask him. He cannot guide you if you don't. Once you get on the other side of the veil, that's what the veil is all about. They can't reach across and fix stuff for us unless we ask them to. So, yeah, that's interesting. Somebody else want a card? Did someone ask for a card and I missed it? Otherwise, I'll just keep pulling cards and pulling cards and pulling cards. We're almost at that hour anyway, so maybe it's you don't feel him when you're awake though? I got a question for you. When my dad shows up, because my father passed away in 2004, COPD. When he's around, there's smells that I smell that I associate with him, and I know that's him when he's around. You want a card, Fatima? Okay. Uh, Sometimes on Saturday mornings, I will smell pancakes, bacon, cigarettes, and hot coffee. And I know my dad, that's my dad. That's his favorite breakfast. That and biscuits and gravy with all the fixins. But he would have biscuits and gravy and the pancakes. But I know it's my dad. Could be little signs around that you might be missing during the day, nausea. Some people see, like, if your father used to, like, we used to be given a coin for the payphone if you were going out. My dad would make sure I had at least 1 or 2 dimes because that's all you needed to make a phone call. Okay, yeah, I'm that old. But yeah, Dolly smells cigarettes, Old Spice, and beer, and she knows it's her dad. This is pretty cool. And my mom always wore white shoulders. I don't even think you can buy white shoulders cologne anymore. But every once in a while I smell it, and I smell it a lot. My mom is here a lot, but she's also one of my spirit guides, and I know that for sure. So, I also have a grandmother that is here, and when I smell her, it's pecan pie. Because, oh man, did she make a good pecan pie. And she was just like me. She was very spiritual, beyond religion, and yeah. My family doesn't talk about her very much, which is sad. There you go. But not anymore. Well, maybe he's talking to you in your dreams right now because maybe it's easier for you to listen there. So many distractions during the day, too. Your dad used to make wine and you smelled it before your mom passed away because your dad was there to take her. Oh, that's beautiful. He was there to help her, to go with her. Oh, neat. Ooh. Okay, Fatima, let's pull a card for you. Oh, what deck should we use for Fatima today? Oh, map deck again. Okay. Yeah, it's a really awesome experience. Were you present when she passed? I was very blessed to be present when my father ascended. And let me tell you, I'm not afraid of death at all. That was one of the most beautiful experiences I have ever been through. I actually was touching. I had a hold of his forearm, and I was telling him it was okay. I would take care of Mom. And he got a really bright, happy look on his face and took his last breath, and that was all there was. And I knew something wonderful came to get him, because the look on his face was like, oh, wow, there you are. Oh, yes. With me, when I get the radio weird songs, it's usually something from my parents. It's like my mother loved Nat King Cole. All of a sudden, there'll be a Nat King Cole out of the blue. I listen to Amazon, okay, and they just kind of play stuff. I'll just let them suggest it. Every once in a while, I'll get Nat King Cole. And it'll be following somebody like Pink Floyd or Dire Straits. And I'm going, hi, Mom. She wanted to hear that song, apparently. Oh, yes, that happens so much. So much. They wait for you to get there. They say they love you and they rally. And then as soon as you step out of the room, they pass. Hello, Fatima. You feeling stuck in the mud? Have you been working a lot at something? But it doesn't seem like you're getting anywhere. That kind of goes along with our card. I don't know if you were in here when we started, but the card that we're supposed to be paying attention to this week is stagnation. How are we stagnant? We are being stagnant. And the ways to bring ourselves out of the stagnation is through speaking our voice in a careful and caring tone, unblocking our throat chakra, which I don't know about you. I've been feeling kind of tight right here lately. Like constricted, not like that, but like, don't, don't quite, no, maybe not that word. And I have fibromyalgia, so getting the correct word, can be very difficult sometimes. You have been feeling stuck in the mud. Do you have a particular animal that you have an affinity for? Whether it's a butterfly or a kitty cat or whatever. Call upon that spirit of that animal that you really love. Your husband's going in for a colonoscopy. I come from a family of my grandmother passed away of colon cancer. My mother had colon cancer at 90 years old and had surgery and survived it. Didn't have chemo or anything, but she's a tough old lady. She survived it. At 90. And I have a cousin that has a quarter of her colon removed because of colonoscopy. And we are all under that same generation of the grandmother who passed from it. So, colon cancer is a silent killer. You don't know you can, if you don't go and have colonoscopies, which are not any fun. But it's only a 24-hour pain in the butt, literally. The flush is lovely. All that gallon of stuff you drink that makes you whoosh, but they can't see all the lining of all your colon if it's got little bits of food and stuff in there. So they got to flush it out. It's just not fun. It really is. It really is. Especially with colon cancer. And they can detect colon cancer strictly by a swab of your poop. If there's fresh blood in your poop, you better go in for a colonoscopy because something's bleeding in there. And that's what they look for. That means probably one of those polyps could be oozing blood. When you have a colonoscopy and they find polyps, they usually remove them. But it doesn't. I have never known it to hurt anybody. So, yeah. You do your regular checkups? Yes. That's the little bird on the elephant's back. You don't forget. You know how to get out of this stuck in the mud. And bless you for caring so much for him and his health and his path. But don't let it affect yours, my sweet. Because without you, he needs you. You need you, and I need you. So you take care of you too, please. Take care of you first. Then take care of him. And I'm not seeing there's a problem with colon in his colon. Maybe a polyp or two, but I don't think there's any issues. And it's good that he does the regular. I'm a cancer survivor. You don't want to go through that crap. Nobody does. But let me tell you, that's what made it possible for me to do this. So it got me out of myself again. Seems to be the message today. Well, we have 3 minutes left. I'm going to pull a card for us. Message from Spirit, and I'm going to pull it from the Moon Magic deck in honor of this being the worm moon, full moon. Yes, Dolly. Oh my goodness, yes. Blessings, everyone. Prayers for Fatima's husband, for Dolly for her checkup. Bless you, you guys. They're coming up with such miraculous, interesting ways to battle cancer now. I am so excited for people with cancer. Cancer I don't think in the next 20 years, cancer is going to be the big killer that it's been for decades. You have to be strong for everyone. Will you be strong for you, my dear? We'll be strong for you, okay? While you're being strong for everybody else, we'll be strong for you. We're here for you. You need us. By the way, I don't know if you're on Instagram, Fatima, but you need me. That's where I tell people you can personal message me there. Instant message me on Instagram. And I do answer you. So I am not one of these card readers that holds everybody at bay. I want to be there for you all. And I love this card. I love this card. Never forget, you guys. You teach people how to treat you. There goes my alarm. If you get rid of my alarm clock there. It's just letting me know that it's been an hour. If you don't set boundaries and you let people treat you badly, who do you blame? That person that's treating you badly, or you for not setting the boundary that stops it? Spirit is saying, if you're worried about the others, quote unquote, set boundaries. Honor your boundaries and the boundaries of other people. During this worm moon, we are being told to let go. That's what full moons are for, is letting go. New moons are for setting intentions. Full moons are letting go of the things that you worked out while attempting those intentions. Get my mouth to work. Okay. Well, my email address too is all over the place, all over my channel. If you need to email me, sweetheart, I check it multiple times. I used to have Facebook. Facebook won't have me. So I was a political activist. They shut me down. So they didn't like what I was politically activating. I was doing the Standing Rock thing, you know. Nobody else was reporting on what was happening there, so I made sure that it was on my. That's all I ever did on Facebook, was keep track of my family and let everybody know what was going on at Standing Rock. Anyway, the other message for us, for Spirit, is the nighttime message from the 100 mindfulness prompts. And we got the category mindfulness, right? So what we got for morning, and for us to think about today, think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world. And every time I comes up today, every time you're getting ready to say I or think I, go, whoop, that's just a thought. And file it away. Now, tonight, as you're going to bed, you experience the past as a thought in the present. You experience the future as a thought in the present. What do you notice in the here and now? Are you living in the present? This card really explains what what living in 3D is all about. We live in 3D because we experience the past while experiencing the future. You can't experience those two because they don't exist. The only thing that exists, as Eckhart Tolle teaches, is the here and now. But we grasp onto the past and onto the future just as more than we do the present. And we need to understand that when you do that, you're living in the past or you're living in the future in the present. So you're living in all three dimensions at once. I thank you very much, you guys. I appreciate you. I will see you next week. And Dolly has her morning chat in the morning, tomorrow morning, and on Thursday. Also, Sonia Rain Lee is on Friday morning. And have Saturday Solutions on Saturday, every Saturday. Been doing that now for almost 4 years. And every single day, if you want a little kick in the butt idea what your day is going to be like, Every morning, 7 days a week, I post a card of the day write-up and music that goes with it and memes that will back up the card of the day every day on Instagram. I hope you guys will join us on the 1st of April for the 31 Mindfulness Challenge. And I thank you all so much for being here. I love you guys so much. Hey, Manasa, just in time to go. I love you, hon. Thank you for being here, everybody. You know, every time I get so nervous before I'm going to do this, I think, oh, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Don't want to do it. Today, I was so ready to do this because I knew I had the appointment afterwards. I feel sorry for my occupational therapist because I will be bouncing off the walls when I get there because you guys are wonderful and I love you. I thank you. Bye-bye now.